Yes, as you might know, most of you have heard, we have a new Disability Services Act in Finland from the 1st of January 2025. And supported decision making is a new service in the Finnish law. It's a subjective right, and the well-being services counties have a special obligation to provide the service. This means that a person with disability has the subjective right to receive support in decision making, whether the constitutions for obtaining service under the Disability Services Act are fulfilled. Supported decision making has existed also before in Finland in the practice, but now it's stipulated in the new Disability Act. A person with disability has the right to receive supported decision making as a separate service if he or she needs support in order to make significant decisions concerning his own or her own life. And here on the slide I have listed the situations that could involve supported decision making. Serious illness of one's own or a loved one, major transition phases in life, such as starting school, choosing what and where to study, or job options. Major changes in the family, moving away from the childhood home or to a new place. And note that the person's own opinion shall always be taken into account. And major decisions do not refer to the decisions that are part of everyday life. That means it's not possible to get support in making decisions for small everyday decisions from this law. Then they are made separately in other ways. Remember that in case of a conflict of interest with, for example, the person's relatives or those working with the person, the persons with disability may not need to, they may also need to become independent from, in relation to their relatives or those who care for them. So that's important to remember, and always think according to the situation in question and together with the person from the perspective of the person it's concerned. Shortly still about the content of the support of the decision-making process. A person with disability might need support with the following things. Acquiring information and in understanding things, examine alternatives or options and their consequences, forming and expressing one's own opinion, implementing decisions, and other equivalent functions. Support in decision-making does not include making decisions instead of the person with a disability. This is important, and it's an essential principle of support in taking decisions. Another essential principle is that a support person must not influence matters in which they provide support. In case of support in making decision, the decision is always made by the person theirself. It also includes the right to take so-called bad decisions from an objective point of view. And last, I want to say that a person with a disability may also, as a part of support in decision-making, need support to manage and express their feelings. And this support is important because emotions do control human decision making, and support to manage emotions also helps to prevent any challenging situations. And in a while, Pia will also tell more about principles for supported decision making with examples from Finland. And here are my, on the last slide I have links where you can read more in either in Finnish or in Swedish on the online handbook of disability services that we maintain here from THL. And the Nordic participants might be able to read in Swedish in Stöd i att fatta beslut, and the Finnish participants might want to read the Tuettu päätöksenteko. So you get the links later here. And thank you.